What's up, Nick and Larry here at, well, I would say one of the largest and finest home good stores in the entire country, Nebraska Furniture Mart. And where are we, Larry?
We are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in the Colony at their flagship store. And we're going to do a quick tour to let you all see this because it is massive. This thing is it's actually a little over 500,000 square feet in size. When you bring in their warehouse and everything too, it's just a massive store. As you can see just from this wide shot behind us. They sell everything you need for your home, maybe outside of lumber and plumbing.
Yeah, I would compare it to like a Home Goods and a Walmart if it went on steroids and then also had amazing plastic surgery, because this is like the finest execution of a retail store that you'll possibly find.
Yeah, and the staff here is awesome too. They opened this location in 2015, but NFM has been around for an extremely long time. They are an industry staple, and every door you walk in, they've got like 8 entrances. They've got something new and cool to showcase. And over here, we're in their bike section, their patio section. So they've got all their cool mowers and outdoor equipment and patio stuff. Oh, they got basketballs over there too.
We tried to convince them to let us go on the little electric dirt bike here and use that to do the store tour, but that idea got quickly shot down. I can't imagine why.
It's because Nick crashed the bike last time we were here. So
I know they don't like those. They don't like us to have any more fun, so that's all right.
As you can see, they sell a little bit of everything. All the kitchen appliances, they got the cool KitchenAid wall, all the different electric and gas mower. I mean, it's wild. This is a store that I live here locally, so I do come out here pretty frequently to visit them and also do some shopping. And it's just it's an experience.
And I think we did say this was going to start at 5:45 Central, but this store is so massive, we wanted to build in an extra 15 minutes just to be able to showcase just how. Look, I mean, look, that KitchenAid wall alone, that's every possible color of mixer that you could possibly ever want to own to complement your kitchen there. But that's not why we're here tonight, is it, Larry?
No, we are here to blow you guys away. We've got a couple different audio systems set up tonight, and I believe the largest system we've ever done in a store we're going to showcase for everybody tonight in the big main theater.
And I should set expectations. The subwoofers you may have seen at a trade show last week, they did not make the trip here. They're not fully shipping yet, so we do not have the surprises. But I promise you, in our upcoming events, we've got one in Chicago, and we've got one in Charlotte. You'll be able to experience the next new era of SVS subwoofers.
Are you not allowed to say what it's called?
I'm just playing around. I'm
so Nick's just being
coy. Yeah.
So we'll do a little bit of a tour here. So this
game day, baby.
Store, yeah, they've got everything. You know, this whole side of the store is all devoted to appliances. So they've got your conventional everyday stuff, all the accessories, small kitchen appliances, cookware, all the high-end appliances, normal appliances, built-ins, custom, and they do custom kitchens and stuff here too. So really, you can come in here and get everything. You bought a new house and you're ready to outfit the entire house. That's what you can do with NFM. And we've done it. We got all our appliances and stuff here not that long ago, so I'm a loyal customer. And you can see it, everything.
Waffle makers, toaster ovens, air fryers.
Phenomenal service and stuff too.
Nice.
All your different vacuums and mopping systems. Arcade setups, computers, furniture. I think they have the largest mattress selection in Texas. Don't hold me to that, but I believe that's what I was told.
They got a whole wall of knives, just Ginsu knives there. That's pretty exciting.
So, vinyl. Oh
yeah, here we go. Here's our little entry-level turntable system here. We're getting into some of the audio and the tech stuff there. Audio Technica. Turntables. I'm surprised they have this so far separated. They even have vinyl. I mean,
I do love that you can walk into stores and you can no longer buy DVD and Blu-ray, but there's vinyl and CDs everywhere, and I just find that kind of wild. But you see, they do have everything, and they sell phones and accessories, high-end gaming computers, laptops, and they've got a whole section.
Toys. You got to have something for the kids too. Got your Barbie section over here, the Nerf section, Hot Wheels.
Is that Swedish Chef? I think it is.
Yeah, somebody's thumping. Party speakers.
Once again, everything.
Karaoke PA systems. More toys.
Power wheels, dude.
I'm going to need a bigger cart, Larry.
Yeah. What's wild, so something they do here at the store is you don't, like this stuff is grab and go, but everything else, you work with one of your associates and they have a pickup bay with over 60 drive-up spots for you to pull up to. Somebody just comes out and loads, whether it's a computer or a washer dryer or whatever in the car, and they do delivery and installation. Want to show off the arcade?
Yeah, let's real quick. There's your Legos. We're getting just through the toy section now. I mean, you got a built-in toy section. You can just drop your kids here while you go shop for a washer, dryer, mattress, and whatever else you need.
You know what I bought this week? I bought my first ever Polly Pocket set because they did a Stranger Things collectible. And it's really awesome. It comes in a walkie-talkie. It's something I'm sure they'll have here.
Polly Pocket sales are about to go through the roof, Larry, all
if you're
because
a Stranger
of you.
Things fan, it's cool.
So now we're getting into some of the more fun techie stuff. And oh my gosh, is that NFL Blitz? Sorry guys, I'll see you later.
But they took out the late hits.
Dude. And tell me this is an NBA Jam.
Oh,
that's the holy grail right there. I mean, look at that guy.
That's really cool. They make about 40
this guy
or 50
decided not to hire a babysitter. He's like, you know what?
Yeah, let's bring it here.
Jam out.
I have 4 of these in the house. They're really fun. Street Fighter. Got the old Rampage cabinet too. We make a lot of cool.
Golden Sea. Fast and Furious. Future Felon.
Custom gaming system.
You said it.
So I hope this tour is cool for you all. We really like coming here.
Oh, and then they have like the
hardcore
hardcore gaming PC systems here too.
And they'll custom build them for you as well, or help you put one together at least. And accessories, portable, all that stuff.
Oh, just a little housekeeping. I know people are still showing up, but we are doing 2 giveaways. We will do them at the very end of the broadcast. So if you've watched any of our live streams from these Sonic Thrills events, you know, we got a presentation, do a couple demos mixed in there. Bear with us. It might be, you know, something you've heard before, but that's okay. Yeah. It's a different bus. It's the same bus, different passengers here in Dallas. So, you know, that's how we roll.
Full custom middle section here where they show off all their flagship computers and appliances. Do presentations here on weekends where they're bringing manufacturers, kind of like what we're doing, just on a little bit smaller scale to just be here to interact with stuff as well. Full Apple Store,
tablets, we got all the laptops.
And I don't think we'll go over there just because of time, but over there you can see where it says to the right, the new and now pop-up. This store changes every few weeks, and they have a phenomenal merchandising team that comes out and flips things during the night and in the early morning.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell that something like this just, I mean, it truly sets itself apart. These kind of displays they have to promote different things they're selling, like they really do go all out in terms of trying to create a visually stunning presence. And it's not like one of those stores where you're just crammed with like a million people in every aisle. You have room to look. There's lots of information. You got QR codes, and there's your washers and dryers and appliances as far as the eye can see.
There's always someone to help you, which I think you won't find everywhere you go today.
We're going to go to TV Land before we get to...
Yeah, let's go that way.
Well, yeah, and then we'll hit up the games before we circle back.
So we're trying to be cautious of time because we already have a couple
we haven't even got to our demo system yet. I forgot about that. All right.
You see, now we're back in the AV section. And
Starlink, powered by SpaceX.
Hey, I didn't notice that earlier. That's cool. So all your home networking stuff, your home security, lighting, cameras, indoor and outdoor TVs and speakers, small electronics, all your accessory needs and all that. But what we're here tonight is we're going to showcase some different audio systems. And these guys are great. They have a whole, what they call home services, where they'll come out and do a consultation with you in their home. It's actually free.
She wants to get
which is really awesome.
We're going to let her in.
And we'll come out and do a, I hear it.
Mind if we pop in here? It's locked. I think it's, put a little elbow grease into there. Oh, these look familiar. So this will be our premium 2-channel room here at Nebraska Furniture Mart, Dallas.
So in here, this is their premium loudspeaker room. So they've got other brands, which you all can see here, and the Logans, the Focals, the Bowers.
Very well treated. See if I can get a look at the ceiling here too.
It's a quiet
ceiling treatments. Yep, no echoes.
And here we are going to be showcasing the Ultra Evolution Pinnacle Towers. And Ken Gatis, our director of sales, is going to be in here tonight demoing these. And we've got them hooked up to a really cool Anthem stack. Pre-Pro amplifier, and we've been the staff in here. We hung out in here with them earlier doing some training, and many of them were responding. They've never heard anything like this in this room because of the low frequency extension, the capabilities that the speakers have to really do high frequencies, mid range, low frequency, all that good stuff. And I'm battling, but Nick's doing the
Gotta do the gratuitous rack shot as always. But yeah, no, they sound really, really good on this Anthem gear, and I think this is going to be a popular room. I kind of wish it was a little bit bigger. But yeah, they're going to be cramming people in here. Very well treated. This is truly a perfectly sound treated room.
We've got a small theater room in here with a large screen. Here, also treated. You got the Dallas skyline in the background there. And then they've got a custom in-wall theater over here too. So everything in here is in-wall, in-ceiling, architectural based. A larger rack.
Space traps and the whole 9 yards get well treated.
And it's another room that's just completely silent when you close the door. And then the new panel screen.
Oh yeah.
You all haven't seen these. These are cool. These are made up of 11-inch squares. And you can customize the screen to whatever size you would like. So this is 136-inch. And I don't think you want to know the price, but it's pretty swanky. And then back here, this is all their TVs. They range from 32-inch that they keep out there to the right, all these different screens, all the different brands, and every brand's got a vignette where they will show off the different levels of their products.
Oh, it's my favorite show about sliced fruit. Why do they always
Yes.
show sliced fruit to demonstrate TVs? I guess the
You
colors.
want the real
Huh?
answer?
The colors? Yeah, I do.
Show the
It's
color,
rim. Yeah.
and it doesn't have any motion.
Oh, I got you. No motion blur, so you just get that absolutely pure.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, now
that's
we.
John. I've known John for a long time. And
Hey, John, you're live.
Say hi.
Hello, hello.
Hopefully you're supposed to be here, although you got a name tag.
I
So that's a
have
good sign.
my appointment just showed up. We got
Wonderful.
An SVS sub on the phone.
Oh, love it. All right, we will let you get down to business because we don't want to interrupt that.
All right.
So you can see just the array of speakers they
Maybe
have
do
here too.
a long shot here. So everything over here is audio. And they do everything from sound bars to kind of the, I guess, a starter speaker setup. And what they do is they grow. So as you work your way from one side of the room to the other, they grow in scale, grow in performance, and you get a little bit of everything back there. So then we got our prime pinnacles back over here. I'll do that while you.
You can see they got a few subs. They got a rack of
Tons of audio.
AV receivers and a full switching setup here too, right?
Yeah, and it works great too. You just come up, you want to hear a particular thing, you can do that.
Yeah, you can try different receivers with different
They've got
speakers.
surround sound set up, so they've got the elevations and stuff up on the
Watch that.
ceiling
There
at
you
the
go.
default. And then over here is where we're set up tonight, where Nick's going to be, and you can see they've
Oh,
got more
real quick.
receivers. Our cable. Wow, they've sold some out because that was full earlier today.
Yeah, I guess we're selling some accessories. Love it.
Got a few accessories that are going out the door.
More AV receivers.
And now we're over in our larger step up performance speakers. So you'll see the Evolution line is over here, and some other brands we've already mentioned. And this is where Nick is going to be hanging out doing a 2.1 demo with the Ultra Evolution bookshelves, sound base, and microphone. Over here is where our Evolution speakers live with their top end for this wall. And we've got a full system here. You come in here and listen to everything from SVS. You come and do theater or click direct on some of these 2-channel settings, these receivers, being 2-channel.
Hey, I
You see
recognize
they
you.
have all of our subs on display here. I think it's maybe one of the few stores you can go to in the country that literally has almost everything we make. And then this is their projector room, where they have a PV16 and a SB-16 back in here, and people can listen to the difference. But this is where they showcase the different kinds of screens that you can experience, along with all different kinds of projectors from different levels of price and performance.
Again, you
You
got
see this
all.
wall over to the right. There's a dozen or more projectors right there, so you can see all the different stuff, and they've got them all mounted up here, alternate screens and stuff as well.
So you could literally buy a new house, come here, and completely outfit it with all the furniture, all the appliances, all the electronics, all the toys, and even a electric dirt bike if you truly
Yeah.
wanted that in your
And then they've
setup.
got short throw and everything here as well.
Oh, and look, Prime Wireless Pro, baby. A little short throw projector, killer little setup there with the micro.
I think because of time.
Yeah, we got to get rolling.
Yeah, so
Well, I got to give time to show some love to the spread that NFM put out
yes,
too.
let's go out there. So now we'll walk out to the main floor. And what's cool, what they do here different than most other locations that I've seen. All the TVs are connected to the internet, so you can see all their streaming services. Or if you want to see something in particular, you want to see sports, you want to see a concert, you want to see something on the screen, they'll show it to you. And you don't get that in a lot of places. I think that really kind of sets them apart as well.
Ooh, I'm smelling something.
Yeah, I
smell
smell
something. So there's a place right near here called Rockin' Brews, and it's owned by
Guys from Kiss.
Oh, really? I thought it was
Yes.
the Van Halen guy. Okay,
No,
Kiss.
Kiss.
So it looks like we got, oh yeah, we got some people here. All right, so the event has been populated. So before we get into there and start with the real fun, you can see they got this. Uh-oh. Yeah, there we go. Whew. And he's mixing up. I mean, that is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, look at that. They made a specialty cocktail for us.
So that's what they're whipping up over here. And I got to ask this guy what's in it because this is the official SVS cocktail.
Okay.
This is Kami. She's been an awesome, wonderful help here. Thank you so much. Can we find out what's in the specialty blue SVS cocktail?
We have the margarita. We have Jose Cuervo Especial mixed with our golden margarita mixer.
Okay.
And then we throw a dash of curacao to make it blue. It's like a blue margarita.
SVS blue. Love it, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep rocking.
Ken,
There's Ken
let's
from the
get Ken
team
on
here.
camera. Come here, guys. Ken always hides, but never wants to get on camera. He is our director of U.S. sales. So, Ken, say hi.
The Big D. It's great to be here.
Yeah. For a Philly guy, it's really hard for him being here.
You're not mic'd up. You can just see your lips through, but it's all
Yeah,
good.
they can only hear
Thank you for sharing.
So,
Oh, and then the food spread too. We
Yeah.
got to get a look at the food spread. I mean, we've done a lot of these events. NFM always comes with the most premium food and drink spread of any partners that we do. Rockin' Brews, baby! Woo! All right,
work up there, kind of turn this down real quick. And
let's go see if we can find Gary and see if we can get this thing rolling.
So what we're doing over here, I guess maybe while it's kind of quieter over here, we're doing a 5.2.2 theater running off of Marantz Cinema 30. And what we're running is the Ultra Evolution Titan Towers, Ultra Evolution Center for the front stage, 2 PB16s, and then for the sides we are doing Ultra Elevation height effect speakers, and they actually brought out walls for us to attach them to. And then for the surrounds, we're doing a little overkill. We're using the Ultra Evolution Tower for the surrounds. So I'm going to let Nick kind of walk around and show you all that real quick while I run up there and turn this down and try to get everybody together.
We still got people showing up, but we got a good crowd here today, so we're gonna work our way over. Larry, you want me to take your mic? We got Larry's mic. Larry, it's your mic. There we go. All good. All right. Let us get back to our nice viewpoint here, and we'll get ready to kick things off. The system we're giving away tonight, and I know this doesn't impact you being here on the live stream, but it's the biggest system we've ever done as far as a giveaway at an in-person event. $10,000 system, Ultra bookshelves, Ultra Evolution bookshelf, Ultra Evolution Nano, Ultra Evolution Center, an SB-1000 subwoofer, as well as, they don't have the flat screen, but a 77-inch TV and a Denon AV receiver. So somebody's going to be leaving here today with a $10,000 system. So we are pretty stoked about that, and somebody else is going to be even more stoked. So I think there's been a little hush to come over the crowd. I think we all know who this is right here.
Hey guys.
And
yeah, you all know Gary.
A nice looking crowd there. So very psyched about that. Got our elevations up there. This is Joe Ferragrino, who's one of the point men here at NFM. We do a mic? All right.
We are going to have this. Welcome everybody. I'm Larry with SVS. We're about to kick off things here in just a second. And I'm going to introduce a member of the NFM team. I want to thank you all for being out here. We'll kick off and then we'll walk you through the event here in just a second. To kick us off, I'm going to introduce you all to Joe Ferragrino. He came down from Omaha to hang out with us today.
Hey everybody, thank you very much. Like Larry said, my name is Joe Ferragrino. I'm one of the electronics buyers here at NFM, based out of Omaha. This is one of the best events that we do every year. We switch between our locations. Love having these guys out. Great group of people that come out too to come to these events. So you're in store for some awesome demonstrations. Gary's got a lot of fun stuff to talk about, and then at the end of the night we've got a small price package, what, $10,000 we're giving away. So nice updated system. And we do have all the SVS product also on display in our showroom, and we've got stock in our warehouse, so everybody can purchase some stuff tonight and pick it up as well. So thank you guys for all coming out tonight, and we'll hand it back over to Larry.
So I'm just going to introduce Gary. So Gary, if you want to come on up, we'll get things started, and then we'll get this party moving. Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Kubian, president of SVS. First of all, thank you guys so much for coming. I met with several of you, and the first thing is, people are so gracious in Dallas. And first thing people say to me is, thank you so much for doing this, which thank you guys for coming out here. But let's thank our hosts, the folks at, is it NFM or Nebraska Furniture Mart? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say.
Your choice.
It's Nebraska Furniture Mart, but the Dallas Nebraska Furniture Mart. This is the most unusual, amazing, professional example of retail I've ever seen, and I get to see retail everywhere in the world. And I have to also say the team here is gracious, welcoming. They've made us feel welcome. I'm watching them make all of you feel welcome. Let's give Joe and the folks at NFM thank you. I am here with my partners in crime, Larry, our VP, Nick Brown, Ken. He always hides. He's very camera shy. Where's Ken? There he is, wearing an SBS t-shirt. Okay. Tonight's event is kind of about SVS. Obviously, that's one reason I'm here, but really what it's about is a celebration of great sound, a celebration of having wonderful sound in your living space. To me, it's one of the things that makes life worth living. And so rather than me waxing poetically about how great sound is, let's have Larry maybe show us great sound. And look, this is a pretty large room we're in. Joe, what size room is this?
560,000 square feet.
So probably this room is larger than your living room, so give us a little bit of slack on that, but I think Larry did a great job tuning it. This is one of our favorite demos to kick off any discussion about great sound. This is cymatics, right, Larry?
Do it. Ready. Put it up.
Don't know about to see as no characters. If you spare a bit of your imagination. On method.
What do you think? Okay, let's talk about this for a second. That's a good demo, but the real purpose of it is to sort of demonstrate to all of you in a room that is less than perfect that you can, with not that much effort and not that great of an investment, and this is, again, not a pitch, this is have a room in your house, a space in your living space, where if you had a stressed out day, like I live in Maryland. When I'm in Maryland, I'm working out of a home office. I've got Larry and Nick and Ken all yelling at me on Zooms. And I'm ready to go to a place where I can experience sound, sometimes pictures, sometimes just two tunes, just two speakers, and surrender myself to that experience. Literally surrender my disbelief and let myself feel like I'm right there with the artist performing with me. And if that happens, it's a magical moment. If you had a little slice of that in this demo, then it's that much more intense and emotionally involving in your own living space. And that's just something I'm passionate about. I know Larry is, I know Nick is, and if you get Ken talking about music, he won't stop. That's why we don't let him present. He won't stop. And that's what tonight is about. So I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. This is our main demo area. I'll be presenting along with Nick, who's behind the camera there. I think there's a bunch of people watching us from all over the world. Larry will help me as well in this presentation. He's going to talk in a few minutes about what we just heard, the parts of it. But we also have, at about, I guess, 45 minutes in, I'm thrown off because we started at 5:30. We have two other demo areas, more intimate. Larry, you want to help us? So
when we're done here, we've got two other demos. So way back there on the back wall is their TV department and their audio department. When you walk straight back over to the right in their speaker area, Nick we'll be running a 2-channel demo back there with our new Ultra Evolution bookshelves, our micro subwoofer, and the SoundPath Pro amplifier, showing what an affordable 2-channel system can look like. And then Ken is going to be at the far end of the audio department in their Studio 2, their premium speaker room, showing the new Ultra Evolution Pinnacle Towers off of a really cool Anthem stack. And sounds amazing in that room. So get a chance to see the new flagship speaker line, which all of these are part of the flagship line. But you'll get a chance to see the largest ones back there. And then we've got the theater demos, which we'll talk more about. I will stay here and continue to annoy the rest of the staff until 7:30 doing home theater demos. So I know some of you are going to ask for turtles because you already have them. We'll totally do that.
Don't go away yet. So we have some giveaways. Is there more than just the one system, or?
Yeah, I'm looking at Nick. So
Yeah, so we have a full-on 5.1 home theater system with 2 of our Ultra Evolution bookshelf speakers, the center channel, as well as 2 of our Ultra Evolution Nanos for the rears, with an SB-1000 subwoofer. And then NFM was gracious enough to kick in an AV receiver and a large 4K TV that you don't see, but it will be part of the giveaway. So that is a $10,000 package. So somebody will be leaving here with that tonight, or coming to pick it up once they get a bigger vehicle.
we're having the.
Wow.
Yeah, there's more, but there's more, Nick.
Oh, but and that's not all. We'll also have a 3000 micro subwoofer and a pair of our Prime Wireless Pro powered bookshelf speakers to give away, as well as a few smaller accessories. So all of that's going to be given away tonight to some of you attending.
What do you think? Okay. We got to agree on one rule. All of us, we have to agree on this. We're going to do the drawing at 7:20. If we pull your number and you're not here, you don't win. Is that fair? We all agree. That's our ground rule. 7:20. Now look, this is a store you can get lost in, so don't get lost at 7:20. Find your way back here. We'll do the drawing because I think they close, and so we have to stay on time with this. All right. This is a home theater, and it's not as complicated as if you don't have one. And I know I see some SVS shirts, so I think some people here do have a home theater, maybe more than one. But if you don't have one, Larry's going to help us break it down into parts. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what the parts do in terms of your experience, because I fly at 30,000 feet. Like a lot of guys who do my job do.
So what you listened to when we did that system, it's what we refer to as full Dolby Atmos 5.2.2 home theater. I know that doesn't mean a lot to some of you, so we'll kind of break that down. Most of you are familiar with a home theater system. It incorporates a front speaker system, surround speakers, and a subwoofer. And we've just kind of amped that up a notch. So what we have up here, get a little more of that there. So in the 5, what that is your front, left, and right, your center, and your surround speakers. And I'll kind of break that down. So the front, left, and right, what we're using here are the Ultra Evolution Titan towers, which are right in the middle of the 3 we just launched. And what you're getting from your front stage is your stereo effects, your panning, the things you're watching on the screen to give you left and right stereo imaging, music, or the main effects if you're watching a movie.
So to kind of amplify on that, it all starts with stereo. Like, I watched you come in and immediately went to this part of the room. What do we call this? Sweet spot. And if you had a stereo system, really the person who is in that sweet spot is the only person who would experience the full sound, what we call soundstage. And we'll talk more about that in the next segment. But home theater was meant to be enjoyed by maybe not this many people, but more people than just one. And so Larry's going to talk about how that enhances it.
So you've got your front, left, and right stage. Then you have this speaker here, which is referred to as the center channel. And it's the most important speaker in the system because that's where all the dialogue and things that are happening on the screen. And you've all been at home and you've had to constantly turn stuff up, turn stuff down, turn on subtitles to make it easier to understand. And when you have a capable center channel, like you see here, this is what's called a 3-way center channel. So you lows, mids, and highs out of one cabinet, and will have a larger reach in your living room so the more people in your room can enjoy the dialogue, whether they're sitting directly in front or off to the side. So that will be the front stage.
Just to briefly explain the center channel, for you, sitting in the sweet spot, you almost don't need a center channel. All we would have to do is send a mono signal to those two speakers, and you would hear it coming from direct center. But you would only hear that speaker, and you would only hear that speaker, or at least mostly hear the speaker nearest to you. By having a center channel, now anything coming out of that speaker sounds like it's coming from what you see on screen. And you'll notice when Larry does his next, actually 2 demos, when a character in a movie or even in a concert is singing or talking, you see them on the screen, you see their lips moving, and if the sound appears to be coming from those moving lips, that adds to the sense of convincing experience that we're looking for here, because we want to surrender our disbelief.
So we've got the front stage, so that's the front 3. Then behind you on the far outside corners, we are using the Ultra Evolution towers for surrounds. And it's probably overkill for most of your rooms, but once again, we are doing 560,000 square feet. So they're on the far outsides, and what the surround speakers are for is to create that sense of envelopment, to create the effects that typically happen behind you. Music, explosions, planes flying by, engines flying from front to back, things like that. And that gives you a sense of being in the middle of what you're watching, concert, live experience, sports. And so that's your conventional 5. And then we mentioned this is point 2, and what we're using are 2 subwoofers. And the reason you would use 2 subwoofers in this case is primarily because we're taking on a larger area, but the real benefit of 2 subs for somebody even in a smaller room is you don't create one area where the bass collects typically in one spot, and you get more balance throughout the room. And the reason we've done ported subwoofers in this space is because ported subwoofers will take on larger environments like you have here. So I live here in Arlington. Every house we all know here is open concept. So a ported subwoofer would work great in our living rooms because we're taking on all that extra square footage. Okay, so that's the surrounds, the 2 subwoofers, and that's what gave us that guttural deep bass. I was over here laughing because we didn't turn it that loud earlier. We were pressurizing this space, which just kind of blew me away. And then on the sides, on these wall panels, this is somewhat new to a lot of you in home theater. This is what's called an object-based speaker, or in this case, we're using it for Dolby Atmos. So we did 5 surround sound speakers, 2 subwoofers, and then 2 what's called height effect speakers. And this will be if you go to the Dolby Cinema, the Sony Theater right over here, Cinemark XD, where there's now speakers up above you to create that full 360-degree bubble. And it's not just rain and wind. It is truly immersive to bring you into that experience like you are literally getting chased down by King Kong in one of the demos we do, or the last demo we do is Spider-Man. You're going to hear things happening all around you. So it's the reason it's called object-based is because now an engineer for the movie or the sound designer can put sound anywhere they want to in a home theater and really make it sound more lifelike and realistic.
So what does all this boil down to? Well, remember, we're trying to create an experience that is convincing, but the real object is to make an emotional connection with what you are experiencing. And I'm going to make the case that 3/4 of the emotional connection you feel with the experiences that you hear in a home theater, I kind of gave myself away here, that you experience in a home theater come from the sound. And without that, I mean, we used to do a demo where we would do the same thing with and without the home theater aspect turned on, where you're only hearing the TV speakers. Obviously, the home theater is better than the TV speakers. That's not the point. What really was interesting was the whole sense of emotion, the sense of connection you feel to what's going on goes away when you're not experiencing it in a home theater. And I'm going to say, you know, Larry told us we have 2 subwoofers in here. Do we even know what a subwoofer? Some people might not know. It's a purpose-built speaker designed to create bass, right? Low frequencies. It exploits something that people may not realize about low frequencies, which is they are non-directional, meaning you can't tell where they're coming from. But only if the subwoofer does exactly its job, meaning it only delivers the low frequencies, not anything else. Because as soon as it starts doing other things, which some not naming names, some subwoofers do, you start localizing where it's coming from. Also, all SVS subwoofers, again, not an infomercial for SVS, but all SVS subwoofers create sound that goes below the threshold of what you can hear. Why would we do that? Exactly, because you can feel it. And feeling it is part of the emotional connection of the experience. So with that in mind, Larry, are you ready to do a demo that tugs at our heartstrings? Okay. And try to think to yourselves, because this is, obviously it's about, hopefully we're going to help you learn some things about what's possible. Try to kind of check yourself and see where's your sense of emotional connection coming from with this demo.
Well, so you all see what's on the screen. It's good. This one's going to be very much about the center channel. All of you are going to have an amazing experience with this. And so you know the song, but if you haven't watched the movie in a home theater, you have not heard it this way. So it's the first time that she gets to perform her song live in front of a crowd.
Get your tissues out. This one will pull at your heartstrings.
Uh-oh. I think the TV's doing something. There we go.
Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. In all of the times I find myself longing for change. And in the bad times I feel myself. Tell me something more. I need time to try to fill that void. Do you need more? Ain't it hard to feel so hard?
Did we feel the emotional connection there? I hope so. Okay, we're going to switch gears a little bit. And by the way, that's not a typical home theater demo. No one dies. There's not a lot of violence. It's designed to create an emotional experience without necessarily shocking you. And that's kind of what Nick and I want to talk about now. We want to talk about where the experience that used to be characterized as an audiophile experience, where is it today? You want to kick this off?
So I thought maybe get a little audience participation here, a little Q&A. We can kind of boil down what that definition of an audiophile is. I think we all kind of understand that somebody who's super passionate about sound and music. But let's paint a picture of what the traditional audiophile is. Is that person young and exuberant, or have they got a few years behind them? A little older. Are they very frugal about their hobby and look for the best savings, or do they dump every possible extra penny they have into building the most crazy system ever? Mortgage the house. Mortgage the house. That's a fair assessment right there. And is this person someone who likes to invite everyone down into the room? Oh yeah, go ahead and hit the buttons. Yeah, you can turn that knob. Yeah, go ahead, move the speaker. That's cool. Or are they somebody who likes to sit in the seat? The what? The sweet spot by themselves with everyone else in the house.
But you also forgot, Nick, are they male or female? And we don't find that very interesting, right? And I was just talking with some folks, even in between demos today. I look at this audience, and this is the kind of audience that we want to talk to. This is an audience filled with different people, different ages, different genders, come from different places. That's kind of where we see the future of being an audiophile.
You know, and it's really one of the reasons we do these kind of events, where we like to showcase these different types of demos, these different types of listening experiences. You know, one, a more moderate 2-channel system with bookshelves, but one, I guess you could call it over-the-top home theater like we're listening to now. And really, what we're trying to show is that no matter what passion you have, whether it's gaming, maybe it's home theater and action movies and Marvel, or maybe it is listening to the Eagles in Hotel California by yourself in the sweet spot. Or Netflix, that's right, streaming TV. All of that qualifies you as an audiophile. And part of the reason we do this is because we want that to not be stigmatized, not have it carry this sort of negative connotation. So people leave here and they're proud of that, and they'll tell other people, you know what? Great sound can be a lot of fun. It doesn't have to be crazy expensive, and you can get this hobby and get other people involved. My wife loves Game of Thrones, and I would call her an audiophile because she will not watch it on our bedroom system. It has to be in our theater. And that's just part of engaging other people to what this is all about.
Well, I think that's a key point, actually. If I'm sharing, and I do this a lot, if I'm sharing with you guys how to make this work in a normal life, because audiophiles are, you know, the old version of audiophiles. They ain't that normal. They're sitting alone in the house. Everybody else is doing other stuff and wishing, you know, wondering what that person is even doing. Then the room to the system is like locked, or you're not allowed to touch it. If you touch it, you're in trouble. And what we have found, and I love what you said about your wife, what we have found is if everybody in the household is a partner in the endeavor, then it becomes something that everybody in the household gets to enjoy. So, for example, my main home theater, I get to have a couple because this is what I do, but my main home theater, which is the one other members of my household want to experience, anybody who wants to go down there goes down there, nobody needs permission, everybody knows how to use it, and then they become my partners in crime. So we did a secret surprise launch of a new subwoofer last week, right? Yeah, not that worst kept secret in the industry, but somehow news of this thing reached my wife, which I have no idea why. And she's like, when are we getting that? And that's what I want. That's the fun experience of this. So, Nick, how do we pull this all together for them?
It's like this, I don't know. I mean, an experience like this and showing you the content and just having fun and making it something that we can all be social about.
Don't put Nick on the spot. It doesn't pay off. It doesn't pay off. Okay, So I think we're going to wrap up this part of our session with a demo that brings it all together. This is Spider-Man. Do you want to tell people what to listen for?
Yeah, I need to cue it up too, but we're going to play still one of my favorite Atmos demos. So when I say Atmos, it's going to use every channel in here. We are going into the movie Spider-Man Far From Home. And this movie's like 8 or 9 years old now. And the reason we play this sequence is because it's going to use every channel. But Mysterio's a bad guy. Sorry, spoiler. And he uses audio and video to manipulate what you see and hear. And you are going to hear voices way over there, back behind you, up in the ceiling, all over the place, even though we've only got 5 speakers on the floor and then these 2 on the side. So let me get this queued up real quick and then we'll fire it up.
Go ahead and cue it up and I'll talk about the speakers, because I'm not sure how many people are here to hear our Ultra Evolution speakers that we launched a few months ago. So because it's a large room, this is not necessarily the perfect environment, but every other system that you're going to be able to experience today features them. I'm just going to give you a quick walkthrough of the technologies. Very quick, I promise. First of all, this is an acoustically centered, time-aligned speaker. What does that mean? Well, first thing you can see is the front of it curves to the listener at the top and to the listener at the bottom. And the reason is that the emanation point, where the sound comes from on each driver, is different. So on a cone driver, it's in the rearmost part of the driver. On a dome driver, which is the tweeter, the high-frequency driver, it's the outermost part. So if you drew a perfect vertical line between the emanation points of these drivers, you would have to curve the front baffle to the listener at top and bottom. What does that mean? That means the sound from each driver arrives at the listener at the same instant, arrives at your ears at the same instant, because the drivers are physically aiming at you from the correct point in space to do that. The other thing we do is put the tweeter in between the 2 mid-ranges and the 2 front woofers. And why do we do that? So that it's geographically centered. If you want to get technical, the world of audio calls this a point source. So now we feel like the sound is coming not only at the same moment in time from each driver, but also centered to a specific point in space. That's point 1. Point 2, I'm only going to do 3 quick technology stories. I'm more than happy to talk all day long about these, but we'll do that after. This is an all-new tweeter for this speaker. It's our diamond-coated dome tweeter. And it's the best tweeter I've ever worked with. Why do you care? Well, because it's effortless beyond what a human can hear. So the detail is amazing, but it's also airy, effortless, and not tiring to listen to. And hopefully you heard some aspect of the detail in this demo. You'll hear more in the other rooms where the demo environment is more ideal. Finally, we have 2 front firing and 2 rear firing opposing woofers. And the benefit there is the bass is authoritative, it's complete, it's convincing, but it's not overwhelming or booming. And I would encourage you to listen for that. Larry, are you ready to go? Because I'll stop talking technology, although I'm going to be here. Well, I guess I'll probably break it up after your demo, so we'll talk about what happens after this. Larry, you ready?
We're good. Here we go.
What's wrong? It's back. He's here.
Wow, Peter. Wow. I thought we were close. Yuri always had to die, but not you. I tried to help you walk away. Now you're making me do this. You told me you were just a kid. You told me you wanted to run after that girl. Do you know?
are about 18 feet.
I mean, look at yourself.
I don't know why this happens every time.
Questions. I created Mysterio to give the world someone to believe in. I control the truth. Mysterio is the truth. If you were good enough, maybe Tony would still be alive. You know I'm right.
And then spoilery stuff happens, so we like to stop it there. Were you able to hear all the voices, even in this massive space? So I have my hands. Go ahead.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that demo. So here's how the rest of the night goes. I'm going to go to the back area, and I'm more than happy to meet any of you who want to meet me, ask any questions about SVS, any of our product or technologies, or just who we are. Larry's going to stay here and do home theater demos, and with fewer people, you'll be able to get a better sense of what it would be like in your own living space. And then, Nick, you're heading to...
Straight to here.
There's balloons and signs. Look for the balloons and
so
signs.
follow the blue and white balloons back here, and then Nick will be essentially straight back, just to the left of where it says
We're about to do our two giveaways
Well, straight
here.
back there, and Nick will be back there demonstrating the bookshelf version of these with our mic. To the end of the TV department, you'll see their home services area. The back corner back there, you'll see everybody going in that room.
And then we regroup at 7:20 and do the drawing for the prizes, including a $10,000 home theater. So don't miss that. Before we break up, I really want to thank you guys. You've been super welcoming and attentive audience. I hope you got out of this first part of the presentation what you were hoping for. But if you have any further questions or just curiosity about this space, sound, home theater, I'm going to be here. Thank you, folks.
All right, we got our two giveaways for our
Really quickly do
crowd.
this.
First
So,
winner is
Prime Elevation speakers is going to Daniel Placencia.
Placencia, Daniel Placencia, Prime Elevation. Vince will reach out, get your info.
The SB-1000 Pro Subwoofer with the SoundPath Cable is going to Josh Wan. So,
Josh Wan?
Josh Wan, you magically just won. an
There you go,
SB-1000
baby.
Pro Subwoofer.
And we're going to be back at APT doing a live event in Chicago area. I think it's October 12th. It's a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we're going to be there, and we'll be doing another live stream, another big giveaway. So super excited about that. Got to say hi to my man Ike here before we sign off. Easy home theater, baby.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. And we're going to wrap this part up because I got to go run some demos and get one of them blue margaritas. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We will be back on soon. Happy listening.